The second excerpt for the 9-10 All-State Audition is one of my favorite pieces to play, and I'm so excited that you guys get to learn it. It is from Beethoven's Symphony No. 9, and the third movement. It's really beautiful. The first violins just pop out with this beautiful melody, and it's just so much fun to play. Before you can learn this piece, you really have to listen to it in its full orchestral version. Don't try to play this piece in an audition without knowing the context. So you can go on YouTube, you can go on Google Play, you can look through your parents' old record collection and find a copy of Beethoven 9. It's in the middle of the third movement. You can't miss it. It's super beautiful. So the key to playing this excerpt, and this is actually an excerpt that professional orchestras use to audition musicians. When I came and auditioned for the Florida Orchestra, this is one of the excerpts that I had to play. That's why I'm so excited you guys are learning it now. The flow, the smoothness of it is what's really important here. I don't want to hear the string, the bow changes. They're not important. It's about the long line that goes from measures and measures. The string changes also need to be hidden. I don't want to hear any sort of jerk or something that takes you down a string. The shifts cannot be swoopy. Your shifts also have to be hidden. All the technical things that give you the ability to play this have to be hidden, so what you hear is just like one voice just carrying, not a violin, but a voice just singing straight through each one of these. The bowings that are in the parts, I actually do slightly different bowings, and I also have some particular fingerings that I do. So I've included a link on this webpage to my copy of this excerpt. I downloaded it from a website called imslp.org. If you guys don't know about that, that's a really great resource to find orchestra music and parts. It's all music that is old enough where it's no longer under copyright law. So you can find tons and tons of classical music parts and scores on that website, imslp.org. So anyway, I've downloaded this page of Beethoven 9, and I put in my fingerings and bowings and left that as a link for you guys to see. Now, you can of course choose your own bowings and fingerings. Your teachers might have their preferences. You go with your teachers, all right? This is just as a suggestion to people who are looking for a little guidance in the technical aspects. The marking for this is around 112, and I would suggest doing some good practice at 112, which marks the 8th note. So you're gonna get this feeling. But eventually, I want you to cut that metronome marking down in thirds. So go to about 39 on your metronome, or 40, something like that. Then you'll get bigger beats. The bigger metronome beats are gonna help you with the flow of the music, and not okay? So practice both at 112 and at around 40, and together that'll help you get the flow and the rhythmic precision. Be careful of counting your rests in this piece, and your long notes, like the very first note. Don't cut that note short. That very first note is a dotted quarter. The rests at measure 103, for example, and definitely measure 108, don't cut those short. In your head, I want you to subdivide, and I want you to hear the 16th notes. Very, very important. Also, you have, sometimes the rhythms are divided into groups of 9 instead of 6, like the measure I was just talking about, measure 108. You want to make sure you're very precise in that. The rhythm cannot change. It needs to stay really nice and solid. That being said, there are a couple of places when I play it for you that you'll hear. I stretch a little bit at the end of a measure just for musical purposes, but that's on purpose. I didn't stretch the rhythm because it skipped a beat. I stretched the rhythm because I intended to. Okay, so let's play it. There's one thing I forgot to mention that occurred to me while I was playing it, and that is, in this piece, you must vibrate as much as possible. Any of the 16th notes that you can vibrate on. I'm constantly telling myself, vibrate more, vibrate more, vibrate more. Bring those notes together through your vibrato. So when you're practicing, and you're practicing slowly, then you can really think of vibrating every single note.